Back up here in Sasquatch Canyon and gonna pick up an audio recorder, some DNA traps, and some pheromone chips that have been back here for several weeks. I know you guys hear the crunching of the snow, and there will be people that'll sit there and say, crunch, 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 you guys aren't gonna find anything. Well, sitting at home and complaining about other people's YouTube videos isn't gonna find Bigfoot for us either. You just ain't gonna find Bigfoot sitting at home watching reruns of Finding Bigfoot. You gotta get out there and do what you can. Look at the game hen, guys. There's some Bigfoot food for you. Brody and I have already heard wood knocks. We were hearing wood knocks when we were getting our gear on to come up the trail. There's that game hen I filmed for you guys just further away. I have filmed something running up on these cliffs before. It was unintentional, I didn't see it. The camera swept across it and caught it. I didn't see it till later. If I had seen it, I'd have given you guys a zoom in. Alright, well, if we see anything of interest, we'll film that for you guys. That's a great vantage point, isn't it? I'll zoom in for the viewers. Sometimes I'll see movement and dark flashing figures on top of these cliffs. We've even captured them on film before. Nothing enough to say it couldn't have been human, so we don't sit and dwell on it. We move on. We're looking for better footage than that. Some more cliffs on the other side of us. Bigfooting, you're always looking for the footprints, and then you're also wanting to watch the ridge lines and whatnot. So, you know, I'll see Brody looking for prints and I'll watch the ridge line, and when he goes back to the ridge line, I go back to looking for prints. And we just heard a yelp. I'm sure it's too far off for the camera to pick up. This camera microphone. We don't have a parabolic going today. We knew with the snow that it would just really drown out anything the parabolic could possibly catch. We're seeing lots of rabbit and lots of lynx and bobcat. in the way of footprints. Here's an area where we have seen trackways of Bigfoot prints going up into. I know Brody and Mike and even I now want to climb way back in there and see what's going on. That's a summer project. We don't want to hike up onto cliff ledges in ice and snow. We found 19-inch footprints come right off this mountainside here in the past. Come right down there and then up this little creek, right past these snap-offs. So this is kind of a place I always like to stop and look around a little bit. We're going to exchange game cameras for the winter. So we'll be picking up some game cameras that we exchange up here in the spring. It's the longest period in time we usually leave them out. We like to leave them out like 5-6 weeks, but they'll probably be out there 3-4 months this go. And we saw a disturbance back there too in the soil. It's not enough. That's huge though, Brody. It's wide.
It doesn't look like it would be a four-legged animal. That looks like something would slide off of there and catches.
It looks about 7 inches wide. Can't really tell on the length though. And we can already tell that they don't like to walk in the snow if they don't have to. They cross snow areas at the narrowest distances. Still have liquid water up here. Game hens, rabbits. I already took a photograph of a deer. We need to get up to the Bigfoot highway and the elk beds. Brody and I want to be in and out of there before dark so that we're not stuck back here on ice. Turn everything real slick once the sun goes down. knocks. I've got the camera pointed the direction we heard them. Wow, did you hear that, Brody? I heard a whoop that also echoed. Knocks and whoops. Maybe we'll find some footprints today. And that elusive sighting. Guaranteed if those are Bigfoot wood knocks and howls we're hearing, they're just letting each other know that they know we're here.
Coyotes and
Let's see where it stepped twice. There and there. I think I see some bear. That looks like bear. Stepped a couple of times here. Here's the hind foot of the bear. Put my foot beside it. And this is pretty fresh, in my opinion. He may have heard us coming and went and hid. I don't smell anything, no. We know we're up here with the bear, at least. That doesn't explain the wood knocks and a couple of the whelps and whoops that we've heard. Hopefully the camera's picked up on some of them. Pretty damn slick. It's muddy and icy all at the same time. The Bigfoot has crossed this valley in the last 3 or 4 days since it snowed. We should easily be able to see that. There's mountain lion. We've filmed a big one up here a couple of times. Did you hear that over there? Did you hear that thump over there? There's a structure over there. I've had a lot of activity in this spot.
Well, that was either a swaying branch or some movement over there. I saw back by that structure. I actually like to make it over there today.
Bigfoot Highway, fellas. There's some rabbit on the Bigfoot highway. It's not what we're here for. Hey, we just walked right past one of the pheromone chips. This has gorilla pheromone. We're gonna collect that for next season. And no, probably not gonna be worth what it is now, as in the way of smell, but definitely want to use it again next season. Alright, we got 2 of these to pick up, an audio recorder and some DNA traps. We're here picking up a couple of DNA traps that have been sitting under a gorilla pheromone chip. It's really gorilla pee. I'll collect the pheromone chip last so I don't contaminate the traps that are underneath it. But here's the pheromone. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. I've seen Les Stroud use them. And let's see, where's those traps? We got them kind of sitting by the chip in case a curious Bigfoot comes up. Let's see. Kind of camoed, and we'll put them under some dirt. Oh, here's one. I found one of the traps. They step on this spike right here, and then the DNA goes down and is kept in a cotton swab on the inside. But we'll put these traps in their own bag. And there should be one more around here. This one looks like it's been stepped on. This might have been stepped on. Okay, so there's another one. And then we're going to probably use this pheromone chip again next season. And see how I collected it last so I wouldn't contaminate the DNA traps. Here's an audio recorder that's been up here a couple of weeks that we're picking up. I'm sure the battery was dead within 24 hours of us leaving, but this is the elk bed area near the Bigfoot highway, so good place to keep an audio recorder. We're gonna go pick up the last pheromone chip and DNA traps. It's a great spot where we do find a lot of footprints, and we've even found them in the snow in the wintertime. We've yet to see one in the snow today. The chip is still there. I can see it in there. That's that orange you see in there. I'll dig that out after I pick up the 2 DNA traps that are below it. There's one of the DNA traps. should be one more. Alright, we got our DNA traps. Now I'm gonna get the pheromone. Oh, that stuff stinks. It still smells. I think we're gonna, as long as we store these away in a nice, cool, dark place, we'll probably be able to. Woo! That's gorilla pee in there. Smell it, Brody.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Uh-huh. Well, hopefully that brought in the squatches. Looks like something's been chewing on the edge of the chip, too.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're stinky. Holy cow. Alright, well, we saved those for next season. This log's gonna still smell like pheromone. We should probably get a camera on it. This is kind of an idea that Les Stroud come up with. I'm not gonna say that, you know, this was my idea, but he's, you know, says if Bigfoot does detect these cameras, you know, have one camera watching another camera. His idea is more intricate. He likes to use 3 or more cameras. But, you know, say for instance it detects this camera, so sneaks around behind it. Possibility, maybe it won't see the other one back there. This is a high traffic area for footprints, so I thought I'd use his idea. Can't hurt. Alright, well, we're gonna go check out the structure. You know, you can tell something 3 weeks ago was bedding down here, and none of this was built around it onto this pine tree. And now it's kind of got like this blind going on. I mean, this isn't going to give too much shelter. The pine tree up above is what's providing a dry place to sleep. But I really think that this buildup that's happened over the last 3 weeks is more of a, what would I say, like a blind, like a hunter's blind. Brody's right in the middle of the nest. Crazy.
Stuck in here and just kind of wedged. It's not even part of that branch. Just kind of wedged in there.
It's a nice dry place.
Bowed, actually.
And look, it's a great vantage point. Alright, we need to finish up here and get out of the canyon. It's starting to get dark. Coming up on the structure. The last game camera we left on the structure got eaten. It got bit twice. And it ruined the camera. So we've been leaving cameras near here, but not at this spot. And Brody's gonna leave a pumpkin here for a gift. We're not gonna break it open, so it'll last longer for whatever animal to come get it. Hopefully the bears are in hibernation. And it's the Bigfoot that gets it. Got it wedged so the wind can't knock it out. Right on. A Native American states that his tribe, or some of the people in his tribe, believe that these structures are built every time a family of Bigfoot has a baby. They go out and build a structure, and each one of the logs in the structure represents a living family member. So if that tell is true, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 8 logs that are part of this structure. So that baby would have been there. 8th addition to the living family. Be great one day if we can figure out what they actually mean. I did like that interpretation. I personally think they're a territorial marker, but if they are building them every time there's a new family member somewhere in the territory, that would obviously, you know, mark where they go and stay. This is the part I don't like. Not in the ice and the snow and the mud. I just heard it too, Brody. Brody heard a whoop just about 30 seconds ago and I just heard it. They may be letting the clan know we're leaving. Or what section of the canyon we're in. This last month only a few footprints have been found and they've been at the mouth of the canyon. We really haven't found anything significant all the way back here. And this stuff is just snotty, slick. Ice, mud, snow. It's really the dangerous time of year to be up here as far as rolling an ankle, twisting a knee. We had been getting whoops from the tops of the canyons. So they may be sticking to their names. You know, some of the Indians call them ridge walkers. Feels nice when you get some fresh game cameras deployed. Fresh SD cards and batteries. Hopefully they last the better of the next 4 months. We're almost out of the canyon, so Brody's gonna do us a wood knock. I've noticed that they'll sometimes do a wood knock and wait a half hour to an hour to do another one. They do that with their whoops too. I mean, rarely do you hear more than one knock inside of 10 minutes. So I cringe when these Bigfooters will sit there and bap, 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 bap. You know, I've never heard a wood knock coming from the woods from an unknown perpetrator that was more than just one knock. So I don't think folks are catching on. You guys aren't speaking the language properly or doing the knocks properly. One time ever have I heard more than one knock and it sounded like a drum roll. Sounded like Lars Ulrich doing his drum roll for Metallica. Just went crazy that one time. Brody was with me when that happened. Matter of fact, I think that is on our website. We found what looks like it could be a Bigfoot track. It's 14 inches in length. But it's hills right down here. And then you got the section with toes up here. That's good 14 inches in length. And the width at one of the widest points is 7. So, yeah, looking good. It's fitting the dimensions of the one that leaves 14-inch footprints up here. And then you can also see where it disturbed the ground walking right there too. And then it stepped up there. And Brody's in here looking to see if he can find any more footprints. That we believe the female has the 14-inch footprints. And there's a juvenile that we find its footprints near her once in a while, like she sets it down to play. And this juvenile last year had 7-inch footprints, and this year they're 8 inches long. And this little area here will sometimes make little mini structures, little tiny ones that replicate the larger adult ones. And here's part one of one right here, where you can see it put a couple of host sticks on this pine tree. However, it laid them on the wrong side of the tree. The adults usually put them on the northeast side, is what we're starting to see, or east side. And the baby put that on the west side, but it don't know yet. But this little area seems to be a playground of the little guy. We've seen activity here before, so it's nothing new to find 14-inch footprints here. Yeah, that's a good impression. Alright, well, we're going to look around, see if we can find anything else of interest. I see the Bigfoot food right there. Blends in really well. He's sitting there hoping that I don't see him. You don't have to worry about me. He's got a lot of stuff back here to worry about. Mountain lions, lynx, bobcat, possibly Bigfoot. We think there's Bigfoot back here. We keep finding footprints and hearing vocalizations. Look, we're at the base of the cliffs. Alright. We really love Bigfoot in here.